Infinity Fantasy is the name of our game. 16 teams, hopes and dreams of a championship to claim.
All right, we are back. It is the end of week 3, and it was another great week. I mean, we're 3 weeks in. We got like 17 more weeks to go, and it's already just been some epically close games and some fun blowouts. But first, we got to take care of a little housekeeping before we get to the game recaps. And the first thing I want to say is the interns are taking it upon themselves to create a new intro. They feel like, you know, we've been doing the same thing for year after year, and they've been playing with a new intro. Here's a little bit of a sneak peek at what they got going on.
Guys are good looking, the girls are good looking, and I'm the host.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know, it's something. Oh, I think I need to make sure everybody remembers this. I think I mentioned this at the end of the last episode, and that is that I am traveling. So I'm going to be traveling for the next 2 weekends and then some, and have a hard time doing the podcast. So because of that,
portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
All right, now, some news. We got this coming up from Red Wine Redbirds in the group chat. Yeah, Red Wine Redbirds thought like maybe scoring should be a little bit higher. Now, clearly Red Wine Redbirds is the only one that got that memo because they had an epic week. Holy cow, they put up some points this week. Even early in the week, I think it was literally the first day of the week on Monday, we got a hashtag saying, you know, Jared, you know, Red Wine Redbirds, you know, are you going to be the club 800 this week? Well, you know, I'm not so sure we're there yet, but holy cow. You know, congratulations to the Red Wine Redbirds for their entry into the Club 700.
Congratulations also go out to St. Lunatics and Bat Flippin' Boys for their entry into the club as well.
All right, mate.
Yeah, I'll listen.
Excuse me, mate. Can you hold up for a minute? Yeah, sure.
Now, with somebody's entry, you know, each week the club basically initiates new members, and Pagnosi's Poppers, not knowing this, remember they made Club 600 last week, but they did not know the, I guess the rules, and they didn't know that it was a 1 week stay, and they didn't get to like just set up shop there. They were not happy when they found out that they were being evicted from Club 600.
I hope your car blow up, ho. I promise you, bitch. I hope your car blow up. For real. I hope your baby dad get indicted, and I hope your kid choke on a hot dog, bitch. That's why your baby ugly and your sister too can't get tired, bitch. Fuck wrong with that hoe, man. Bitch gonna put me out because she mad.
What else we got? We got anything else in the news, guys? Nah. Anyway, let's move on. All right, yeah, it's time for game recaps, but I feel bad because I think we should have done a little more recognition with
Club 700.
And I just don't have time. This traveling thing is just going to eat into the quality of this week's episode and next week's episode. Not as if the quality was always there to start with, but oh, it's certainly going to take a hit these 2 weeks. Anyway, let's move in. First, game of the week.
It's my turn, Bird. Hear me out.
That's what I call a grand slam!
Congratulations, Bat Flippin' Boys, on beating Started from the bottom, winning the week, and maintaining your first place dominance of the Eastern Division. Now why don't we check in on some game film?
Oh yes, it was a brutal start for Crochet, and it didn't get any better for Started from the Bottom's pitchers.
Go! Spurs family, let's make some noise for them. Let's cheer them on.
All right, let's move on to our next contest, and that is, let's just stay in the division, right? Hit pitches, get bitches, and Juneau Eskimos. And this has not been a contest. I mean, I guess you could say in the very, very beginning it was, but hit pitches, get bitches just wallops Juneau Eskimos. We're not even going to go into too much here.
Preparing for a potential rebound. second free throw. My goodness.
I'm not sure what that was.
I mean, Juneau Eskimos has been a good team, and this is hard to watch. This is so hard to watch Juneau Eskimos open up 0-6. Big Ofer in the division, and this team manager has been better than this. So I don't know what to say. We're gonna, you saw the game film, and we're just gonna move on. We're gonna go from here. We're gonna go into the Central Division, because the Central Division really put up a lot this week. And it was impressive. Hashtag lawless bearded dragons. What do I need to say about this? I mean, clearly the preseason rankings were not giving this guy credit. I mean, this has been an amazing story. Just a great showing. I don't know what to say. Joe Buck yourself, holy cow, you got your ass kicked. One of the things about this matchup is that most of the back and forth, the battle, the contest itself was a war of words. It started off the week, before anything even happened, with hashtag sending this over to Joe Buck. Joe Buck paid hashtag a visit.
Halbert. Tall, queer, handsome as ever. Hey everybody, it's me, Jim.
Hashtag, was a little bit quiet after that, but then once it was obvious that the win was going to occur, probably around Tuesday, hashtag got a little vocal again and really just laid into Dustin in a way that we haven't seen in the Infinity League in quite some time.
Get your back hurt because your titty's too big for your body, bitch. You skinny fat body, bitch. You ping pong paddle body, bitch. You's a taco body, bitch. Bruh. Johnny Bravo body, bitch. Bruh. Weird shaped body, bitch. Silverback 8 body, bitch. You are a McDonald's ice cream cone shaped body, bitch. I don't know if you should lose or gain weight body, bitch. Stink body, bitch. Upper half army tape body, bitch. God blessed you and cursed you. You got an odd body, bitch. You got that Queen Latifah from Set It Off body, bitch. Pig face.
Now, one of the things I'll have to say here is that we know in past years, hashtag has I don't know what to call it, but it's a little bit like hashtag should be a politician or a lawyer, because they always find a loophole. They are always finding a way around the rules that is legitimate. It's not breaking the rules, not like our commissioner does, but actually finding out the best strategy to play within the rules. And with the rule changes, we have gone, we should just call hashtag Al Davis. He is the Al Davis of fantasy baseball. He continues to find ways through the rules. Now, one thing I will say is we've gone through 3 years of rule changes just to cut the legs out from underneath the hashtag lawless bearded dragons. Is that fair? I don't know. I'm a messenger. I'm not getting into opinions here. But, I mean, it's crazy. I don't know what the loophole finding is this year, but something hashtag did. Because all the numbers, all the metrics, all the Moneyball stuff, all the fancy AI out there said hashtag was a middle-of-the-road team. And here they are, 2 weeks in a row being among the top scorers. I don't know. I mean, clearly he's finding a way, a loophole, a way to break the rules legally. I mean, we've got him on film. We just don't know what it is yet.
Really?
Now we're going to move on. This is Matt's Marauders against St. Lunatics. And, it's been a theme now. This is the third week in a row that Matt's Marauders continues to play a strange brand of baseball. I don't know if you remember the last 2 weeks and how they approached their game strategy, but this week was also a little bit odd. But whatever's happening, he's doing it right. I mean, he is, I think he's either, I should have looked this up. He's either 5-1 or 4-2. But it doesn't always work. Sometimes it's going to catch up to you. It worked for the first 2 weeks. This week, he got a little spanked.
Bam! Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Lunatics came out of nowhere and put up a monster amount of points. I mean, yeah, it's crazy how impressive Lunatics was this week. And I would love to give you some more airtime, St. Lunatics, because this is the turnaround story of the week. But I just can't. I'm doing this road thing. So, yeah, I apologize about that. I hope you keep it up so I can come back and give you the airtime that you deserve. But in the meantime, Matt, I got to tell you, Matt's Marauders, you maybe just play the game the way Abner Doubleday invented it, because you've been doing some bizarre stuff for 3 weeks now, and I think you just got to get back to the roots. Anyway, let's move out of the Central Division and let's move over into the Western Division, because we had a shellacking. I mean, Red Wine Redbirds continues to just put up massive points. I'm pretty sure they are the league leader in points scored so far this season. And I mean, they're making it look easy. I mean, I would, I don't know what to say. We caught up to Red Wine and we just asked them, what are you thinking here about your ability to do fantasy baseball in this league?
Sometimes I feel like everyone I work with is an idiot. And by sometimes, I mean all times. All the time. Every of the time.
Now, we also have a little bit of game film, of course. And as you can see here, we don't have soundtrack, but we don't even need soundtrack. It's actually kind of gross if we were to hear what was going on here. But yeah, I mean, ADB, no, I'm lying. I don't feel for you. I'm not even going to say that. I'd like to put it out there like, oh, ADB, I feel for you, but I don't feel anything for you. I'm happy to see this. I'm happy to see this start to the season. I mean, don't get me wrong. You still are one of the best managers in the league, so I'm not taking that away from you. But I got to admit, it's my guilty pleasure to watch top tier managers suffer. Now, I don't want anybody else to worry about ADB. ADB has spent getting beaten up these last 3 weeks pretty bad. Now, they used some of their free time to invent something that allows them to get destroyed in these games and to fall hard and not get as injured as one might think. Yeah, that's a weird invention there, ADB. But I'm also I hate to do this. I don't like hedging, but I look at ADB's roster and I look at all those pitchers on the IL, and it keeps me from going in hard. Like, I really just want to go in and just, basically level ADB this early in the season and just talk about how their season's over and blah, 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 right? I mean, it's fun. And in the group chat, I notice a lot of people aren't doing it either. So it's not just me being a wimp. ADB's got some swagger still. He is still talking in the chat, much less though. And I'm gonna see ADB this next week, later in the week in Las Vegas. And with that IL, all those SPs coming back here in some number of weeks and maybe some months, I suspect I'm going to be seeing ADB walking around Vegas with some Infinity League confidence.
I'm Mr. Body Catcher, Slaughter Gang Soul Snatcher. Ain't no regular F-150, this a fucking raptor. No capper.
Okay, I have to admit, that might have been one of the worst little comments, bits, clips this podcast has ever done. It was terrible. It was a stretch, but you know what? I had to force fit it. So it is what it is. But I do apologize. Let's move on. We need to also go to the other game in the Central Division, and this one was fun. We had ALDE's Sour Grapes against Grip It and Rip It. Now, if you remember, Grip It and Rip It is a power ranking top 5 team, although they're not playing like it. They didn't play like it in week 2. Somehow they held on. And in week 3, again, they didn't play like a top 5 team. And, that's why, it's, the podcast is very excited to say
Sour Grapes
won the game. But at the same time, we never like to see
Grip It and Rip It
lose the game. So anyway, it is what it is. Let's see what kind of game film we have from this match.
I get crazy, 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 I get.
Now, I will say, we did catch up to Sour Grapes after that, we asked them, you've been kind of in this rebuilding mode, kind of a contender, kind of not, just middle of the road, back and forth. When do you think you're going to contend for a championship? How long? How many seasons? Just help us out here. Give us some kind of time frame when you're going to be a true contender.
Ballpark in 2 to 5 to 20 years, we can start thinking about considering the idea of pondering the thought of conceptualizing the possibility of maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, again, I'm going to see Sour Grapes at the end of this week, and I'm going to see Grip It and Rip It. So I got to keep this very mellow and not rail on either team. So, hey, congratulations, guys. You both played well. It was wonderful. It was fun. I wish nobody ever lost, but, somebody had to. So congratulations to the winner. And hey, loser, you'll be back and, in the saddle and contending for a championship. Yay. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, now we got to move on to the AAA division. And yes, we do have to address the AAA division. We have to do these game recaps. I know it was a little bit painful watching them this week, but who do we start with? Let me look at my notes here. Let's go with the replacements playing Pagnozzi's Poppers. Hey, you know what? Congratulations,
Pagnozzi's Poppers,
on winning the game. It was
close until Sunday.
And I think, I'm excited to see what you do the rest of the season, but also I am not counting out
the replacements.
They are a solid team, and I know that they're going to be right back in the thick of things. So anyway, congratulations, guys. Let's move on to the next game. And this next game, it could be like the game of the week, but from the opposite angle. This could be like the Roadkill Bowl or something like that. Holy cow. It's hard. I don't know that either team deserves to be declared a winner. Ultimately, we play the games and somebody has to win. So, congratulations to
Rolly Fingers, your sister.
It was
close until Sunday.
But ultimately you won, and, I do think
Team J to the P
is going to back in contending at some point. All right, now let's talk Week 4's Game of the Week. And you might not have seen what this is. You have not seen this coming. But the Week 4 Game of the Week, well, let's just do the reveal. That's right. Rolly Fingers Your Sister against the St. Lunatics. Why is this the game of the week? I don't know. I'm trying to make sure every team participates in a game of the week at some point this season. And when I looked at the schedule and if I looked ahead, I'll be honest with you. I thought the St. Lunatics was going to lose in week 3 and that we would have 2 0-6 teams potentially playing, and I got it wrong. But by the time I cared, it was too late. So anyway, this is your game of the week. Yes, it is a very interesting choice. I'm sure the ratings are going to be low. It's okay. Next week, I'm still traveling and the podcast episode is going to be crap. So it's going to be a crap game of the week as well. At least that's what the numbers say. Now, both team managers are capable of great things, as they have shown us in the past. Whatever. But I did catch up to both of them, and it was a little odd. I mean, I guess the first thing I did is I caught up to the Lunatics, and I asked them about the game and just how confident they were going in.
Knockout bonus.
I'm very confident. Yeah, very confident.
How many rounds is it?
5 rounds.
So it's
how many
5
rounds do you
rounds.
think it will be? I want to say 1, but my coach thinks that I'm going to come out relaxed, be calm, and we'll probably go into the second round.
Now, I also caught up, of course, to Raleigh Fingers Your Sister. Always a friend of the pod. Raleigh Fingers Your Sister is constantly asking to be interviewed on this show. He got his wish. He was interviewed. He was asked if you could tell your opponent, if you could tell St. Lunatics anything, what would you say to them?
We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Yeah. There's not much else to say about these two teams. Both of them find themselves sort of out of contention coming out of week 3. We did have some very good performances in week 3 that show that they might be turning it around, but, you know, are they turning it around like, say, Team J to the P turned it around, or Grip It and Rip It turned it around, meaning whoosh, or are they more solid? Or I guess I should have said Peg Nosey's Poppers or the replacements. A lot of teams looked good, making me look stupid with the power rankings. But anyway, it's still early. A lot of stuff's happening. So much is shaking out. We don't know anything about these 16 teams. I think we have to predict the Lunatics are going to win. I am not putting money on it. I'm not 100% sure. Both of these teams are capable of crashing and burning on any given week. But I'm going to go with the Lunatics for right now. And anyway, let's move on. This has been terrible.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
Now, before we actually get into looking at the standings and everything, we do have a clip here to show. We had, there was a lecture about the 4 divisions that was being presented, and we caught some celebrity video, some commentary from a couple of the celebrities that were there watching the lecture.
The Greys.
Insidious assholes.
The Arcturians.
Jerks. So cheap.
Little green men.
They are cute, but they so know it.
The Mantis.
One of them owes me money.
And the Blue Avians.
They're actually very nice.
So when we can, I'll try to incorporate some of the celebrity attention that we're getting. This league is finally getting a little traction out there. It's great. It's really nice. But anyway, we'll talk about that more in a future episode. But now to the standings. All right, it is now time for our divisional segment. This is where we look at the updated standings for this awful comment that the Western Division made in the group chat. Just so premature. But let's check and see where we are. We know this was last week. We know Eastern Division was sitting on top. We know the Western Division was in a relatively close second place, and down there with those other 2 divisions near the bottom, you know, it was whatever. But holy cow, what a change 1 week makes. Look at this. You know, this is impressive. We have the
Central
Division moving up and knocking Eastern Division out of first place. You know what? I'm just gonna be straight up. We're just gonna blame Juneau Eskimos. It's your fault. I don't like to blame people. I'm not somebody to point the finger. But you know whose fault it was? Yeah, it was Juneau Eskimos' fault. Anyway, so that is where we are. And congratulations to the division for the movement they made this past week. It was truly impressive. Now, as you all know, we have brought back the Basement Gang again. We're not talking about our bottom dwelling team at all. We just talk about our 3 lowest scoring teams. They might be good teams that had a bad week. They might be crappy teams that live in the basement. We don't know. We don't know. But anyway, let's visit our week 3 basement gang.
Yo, man, let's get out of here. Word to your mother.
That's right. That was a unfortunate goal that you had, ADB. Very unfortunate. So let's move on to our power rankings. But before we do that, and this makes me, this breaks my heart. This part breaks my heart. We have a disqualification. We have somebody who over lobbied, right? Like, I don't mind if you send me, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, trying to, you know, lobby your case. That's fine. That's fun. Put it in the chat, whatever. This person was relentless. They texted, they emailed, they wrote paper letters, and then ultimately they did a drop by.
Oh, sorry to drop by unexpectedly. I tried calling, but I kept getting voicemail. So.
Weird. Yeah, I didn't get both of your messages.
Ah.
And they might have survived all that, but then during that drop by, they crossed the line, and I have to, it's embarrassing. I almost don't want to show you the video, but yes, this individual put on a musical performance for me. So anyway, I don't want to dwell on it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It was already kind of hard to watch, but I think it's only fair that for those of you who just behaved yourselves, this week the Red Wine Redbirds are DQ'd from qualification. They are not being considered for the top 5. They went too far with their lobbying efforts, and I think it's just fair to the other 15 owners in this league to for just 1 week, maybe 2, take the Red Wine Redbirds and just set them aside.
You'll be shot for this? Nah, I don't think so. More like chewed out. I've been chewed out.
You know, it's fine. It's, you know, it's nothing. It's we just, the most important thing that we have here is fairness. What's this? Crap. Oh, Red Wine Redbirds told on me. Commissioner's getting involved. Sorry, I gotta take this. So, yeah, the commissioner and I had a talking to. Commissioner wanted to ask me if perhaps my decision to not include Red Wine because of their lobbying efforts was a bit biased. And I said no. This podcast has high values and intense morality. And in fact, I got the security footage of the commissioner's office and my response, which I think will absolutely clear me of any potential accusations of bias. So here you go.
Basically this, and this is something that I live by, and I always have, and I always will. Don't ever, for any reason, do anything to anyone, for any reason, ever, no matter what, no matter where or who you are with, or where you are going, or where you've been.
Now, let's get into the pot. You know what? Commissioner agreed with me. Things are good. We're going into the power rankings without Red Wine Redbirds being included because of their unfortunate behavior. And let's just get into it. We'll start at the bottom. Number 5.
It's a tie!
Joe Buck Yourself and Saint Lunatics.
Whoa. I'm just so happy for them. It's just wonderful. Keep moving. Got to get this podcast done. Coming in at number 4 is
Matt's Marauders.
Again, so happy for you. It's just wonderful. Number 3 is
Pagnozzi's Poppers.
Some of these are a surprise and some of them aren't, right? And number 2 is
#Lawless Bearded Dragons.
I think we all agree with that one. And number 1, to nobody's surprise, after what they've been able to do for week after week after week, is
Bat Flippin' Boys.
Well, that's it, man. I'm proud of everybody in that top 5. That's epic. Hopefully those that were in the Basement Gang do better next week. And that's it. That's the episode. So, hey, congratulations to all of you who made the club and everybody who got in that top 5 there, and anybody else who just exceeded expectations. So good luck to my opponent coming this week, Sour Grapes. I do wish you the best, and maybe we can actually get together and watch some of the game. That's it. That's it for the episode. Hopefully it wasn't a total shit show, but anyway, that's it. Adios.
Welcome, my friends, to the first ever playing of a new sport. A sport of my own devising. On this field, 2 10-person teams will engage in a battle of... Yes, Keith?
Only 18 people here.
2 9-person teams will engage in a battle of strength, speed, and strategy. One team will go out onto the field to play defense, while the other team will take turns hitting this ball with a sticky.
What are you going to call this game?
What else? Sticky McSchnickens. Now your goal, ball thrower, is to get the ball past me 2 times without my hitting it. Fire when ready. I didn't know you were going to toss it quite so hard, ball thrower. All right.
Okay, that's 2 past you. So you're done, right?
No, I said 3 times. No, you said 2. I said 3. 3 strikes and I'm out. I know what I said, shortstop. That's your new name. Shortstop, that's right. Now and forever, forever and ever, shortstop. Shortstop, shortstop, shortstop. Yes, all right. Strike 3, you're out! No, the ball was too low. In order for it to count as a strike, it has to pass through the strike zone.
Strike zone.
That's right. You know, if you don't get the ball past me between my knees and my titties, it's not a strike. It's a non-strike. And you throw me 4 non-strikes, I get an express ticket to first base without my even hitting it. All right, are we ready? That also gets me to first base as well.
Where you going? Nobody hit it.
I stole the base. You weren't looking, so I stole it.
You said you could only advance after you hit the ball.
Not when you're stealing.
That's bullshit.
Okay, shortstop.
He's moving.
Safe.
Oh, goal, dang. I don't know, that was a tie.
Yes, and tie goes to the runner.
Why's that?
Because those are the rules of Sticky McSchnickens. That's why. All right, it's all mine. I've got it. Oh, no. You can't run. You cannot run. Infield fly rule. In full effect. ¿Por qué no? You're out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not getting that. You can just run all the way home. A home runner. I need a cold drink. Let's take a 5-minute stretch and then start the second half.
Mr. Doubleday, we're done.
But we've only played 9 innings.
9 innings is enough.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. But you're gonna find out. You're gonna fucking learn.